Welcome all. So today we will discuss some previous year examination gate questions based on subject signals and systems. So first question in the year 2013 for 1 mark. The question is two systems with impulse response H1T and H2T are connected in cascade. The systems are connected in cascade having impulse response H1T and H2T. Then overall impulse response of the cascaded system is given by systems are connected in cascade. What is the overall impulse response? Options: product of H1T H2T, sum of H1T and H2T, convolution of H1T and H2T, subtraction of H2T and H2T, H2T and H1T. Okay. So what is the answer? So whenever the systems are connected in cascade, we have convolution. So when the systems are connected in cascade, we have convolution. And when the systems are connected in parallel, depending on this adder sign, if no sign is written, then we have sum. And if minus sign is written, then we have subtraction. Okay, so parallel connection we have sum or subtraction, and for cascade connection we have convolution. So correct answer is option C. Okay, next question. I'm waiting for your answer. Next question. Two discrete time systems with impulse response H1n delta n minus 1 and H2n delta n minus 2 are connected in cascade. Then overall impulse response of the system is. I'm waiting for your answer. Option A delta n minus 1 plus delta n minus 2. Option B delta n minus 4. C delta n minus 3. Option D delta n minus 1 into delta n minus 2. Okay. Again, it is a 2010 1 mark question. Answer. Okay. Then here the systems are connected in cascade. So in cascade again we have convolution. So overall impulse response is H1n convolution H2n. That means delta n minus 1 convolution with delta n minus 2. So whenever impulse is convolved with any single signal, we get the same signal. But when two impulses are convolved with each other, we get one impulse and delay will be added. So here it will be delta n minus 1 minus 2. That means delta n minus 3. So correct answer is option C. Next question. A system is defined by its impulse response h of n equal to 2 raised to n u of n minus 2. So impulse response is given. The system is options stable causal, causal and not stable, stable and not causal, unstable and non-causal. So again 1 mark question. First try for stable or you can try for causal. Okay, so answer A, B, C, D. What is the answer? Options are stable, causal, causal and not stable, stable and not causal, unstable and non-causal. Okay, try this question. 2 raised to n u of n minus 2. It is at 30 seconds you must get the answer. In 30 seconds you must get the answer. Okay, let's try. First, stability. So simply stability, for stability we have to check this sign, exponential sign and unit step signal sign before n. So here we have positive sign. Here again positive sign, same sign means unstable. Same sign means unstable. Positive or negative, same sign means unstable. So we are left with option B or we are left with option D. Now for causality, I told you that u of n or u of n minus alpha, these are only causal. U of n or u of n minus some positive constant, these are only causal. So here you can see u of n minus 2. So it is of this form, u of n minus constant. That means it is a causal. Correct answer is option B. It is a causal. Once again I will repeat, u of n or u of n minus alpha are causal. Other than these two cases, system is non-causal. So u of n minus alpha. So here it is u of n minus 2. That means it is a causal. One more thing about stability, that this number, whenever we are checking the sign, this number must be greater than 1. Here positive, opposite sign, therefore unstable. That's why you are giving answer as same sign, therefore unstable. positive, positive, unstable, same sign. But the thing is that this number must be greater than 1. Suppose you have this example 1 by 2 raised to n u of n minus 2. Then if you compare directly sign, same sign, then unstable, no, it is wrong. So here you must make this 1 by 2 as greater than 1. You must make this number greater than 1. So how you will make this number greater than 1? By writing it like this. 1 by 2 raised to n can be written as 2 raised to minus n u of n minus 2. Okay, now compare. So here negative sign, here before n positive sign, and here we have negative sign, opposite sign, stable, opposite sign, stable. So 1 by 2 raised to n u of n minus 2 is stable and 2 raised to n u of n minus 2 is unstable. Next question, 2008, 1 mark question. The impulse response of linear time invariant continuous time system is described by, so your impulse response is given h of t equal to e raised to alpha t u of t plus e raised to beta t u of minus t, where u of t denotes the unit step signal. Okay, and alpha and beta are real constant. That means they can be positive, negative. The system is stable if options alpha positive, beta positive, alpha negative, beta negative, alpha positive, beta negative, last option alpha negative, beta positive. Okay. So just now I told you that for stability, this sign must be opposite. So here we have plus sign, here we have plus sign, positive sign. So for stability, we must have opposite sign. So alpha must be negative, then only opposite sign, and then only this e raised to alpha t u of t will be stable. Okay, so here alpha must be negative. Now here already negative sign is present, then opposite sign. So here beta must be positive. Then only we get opposite sign, and that means answer is stable. Opposite sign stable. So before t you have to check the sign. Here positive, so here it must be negative. Then we have opposite sign, and our system becomes stable. Here negative sign is already there. So here it must be opposite sign. That means it must be positive. Then only it becomes stable. So correct answer is alpha negative and beta positive. Correct answer is option D. Alpha negative and beta positive. Then only it is stable. Next question, 2015, 1 mark. The impulse response of an LTI system can be obtained by. So h of t can be obtained by options: differentiating unit ramp response, differentiating unit step response, integrating unit ramp response, integrating unit step response. These are the 4 options. So for that you must know the relation between impulse response and step response. The relation is that impulse response equal to integration or derivative. If you are confused, then you will use the negative marks. The correct answer is differentiating. So h of t impulse response equal to derivative of step response. Again remember this point, impulse response equal to derivative of step response. The correct answer is option B. So this was in the year 2015 for 1 mark. The impulse response equal to derivative of step response. Next, similar type of question. 2011, 1 mark. If unit step response of a network is 1 minus e raised to minus alpha t, that means unit step response is given. That means step response s of t equal to 1 minus e raised to power minus alpha t. Then its unit impulse response is, that means h of t equal to question mark. Just now we have the relation. Just now we have seen the relation. So what is your answer? A, B, C, D. A is alpha e raised to minus alpha t. B is alpha inverse e raised to minus alpha t. C is 1 minus alpha inverse e raised to minus alpha t. And last option is 1 minus alpha e raised to power minus alpha t. So what is your answer? Okay, just differentiate. Just now we have seen the relation h of t equal to derivative of step response. H of t equal to d by dt. s of t. So derivative of 1 minus e raised to minus alpha t, constant as derivative 0. So directly already minus sign is there. Derivative of e raised to minus alpha t, and that is nothing but alpha inverse or alpha. Alpha inverse or alpha. For derivative we have alpha. So minus alpha e raised to power minus alpha t. Minus minus cancel. So answer is alpha e raised to power minus alpha t. The correct answer is option A. With integration e raised to minus alpha t dt, it is e raised to minus alpha t upon minus alpha. And with derivative, it is multiplication by alpha. Okay, minus alpha, sorry. Next question. Unit the 2013 2-mark question. The impulse response of a continuous time system is given by. So h of t is given delta t minus 1 plus delta t minus 3. The value of step response at t equal to 2 is. Okay. So here h of t is given, and we have to determine the step response. So either you can use the relationship between impulse response and step response, or you can use our basic. We know that for any system, output is y of t, input is x of t, and that system has impulse response h of t. So output equal to x of t convolution h of t. This is the relationship. Now here h of t is given, h of t is given, h of t is given to us, and what we have to determine? We have to determine the step response, that means s of t. S of t is unknown. And when we get step response, when at the output we get step response, when the input is unit step signal. When the input is unit step signal. So input x of t you replace with u of t, and output you replace with step response. Okay, and it is getting convolved with the impulse response which is given. So just substitute the value here. So s of t equal to u of t convolution with bracket delta t minus 1 plus delta t minus 3. We don't have to calculate in the option, we have to tell the value at t equal to 2. U of t convolution with delta t minus 1 plus delta t minus 3. So use the convolution property, so it becomes u of t convolution delta t minus 1 plus u of t convolution delta t minus 3. So that thing is nothing but u of t minus 1 convolution of any signal with impulse is the same signal, but the delay will be added, plus u of t convolution delta t minus 3 is u of t minus 3. Delta is not present in the answer after convolution. Now u of t minus 1, so graph of u of t minus 1, it will start from 1. So this is the graph of u of t minus 1 plus u of t minus 3, it will start from 3 up to infinity. So this is graph of u of t minus 3. Between these two signals, we are performing the addition. So from 1 to 3, it has amplitude 1, it has amplitude 0. So addition will be from 1 to 3, addition will be 1. And from 3 onwards, addition will be 2. From 3 inwards, addition will be 2. Here amplitude is 2, here amplitude is 1. So they have asked, this is the step response graph. They have asked what is the value of step response at t equal to 2. So value of the step response is 1. Correct answer is option B. I hope you also got this answer, same answer, option B. Same question, like value of the step response at t equal to 4. So your answer is at 4, the value is 2. Okay. Next question. Consider discrete LTI system with input x of n equal to delta n minus 1 plus delta n plus delta n minus 1. So input is given, x of n is given, and impulse response is given delta n minus delta n minus 1. Input is delta n plus delta n minus 1 and impulse response is delta n minus delta n minus 1. The output will be given by, and we have 4 options. 2 mark question in the year 2008 for instrumentation branch. Okay, try from your side. X of n is given, h of n is given. We have to determine the output. Just now I have written the relation. Y of n equal to x of n convolution h of n. X of n is provided, h of n is provided. Use convolution property, simplify. You must get the answer. Substitute the values x of n, substitute the value h of n. Use distributive property of convolution. Then use the fact that convolution of impulse with impulse result into one impulse and delay will be added. A, B, C, D, 4 options are there. You can take 30 more seconds to answer this question. X of n is given, h of n is given. Substitute values, calculate the convolution. Okay, simultaneously I will also solve. So x of n is delta n plus delta n minus 1. Convolution with h of n is delta n minus delta n minus 1. Okay, so this becomes first delta n convolution delta n. Delta n convolution delta n plus, okay, minus is there. Delta n convolution with minus delta n minus 1. So here it will be minus delta n convolution delta n minus 1. Distributive property. Then second term plus delta n minus 1 convolution delta n. Delta n minus 1 convolution delta n. And minus last term delta n minus 1 convolution delta n minus 1 convolution minus delta n minus 1, that means that's why I have written minus here. So delta n minus 1 convolution delta n minus 1. So what is your answer? So this term get cancelled out. Minus delta n convolution delta n minus 1, delta n convolution delta n minus 1. So this term gets cancelled out. These two terms get cancelled out. And delta n convolution delta n is delta n convolution delta n delta n. So out of 2 impulse, only 1 impulse will be present. As there is no delay, simply delta n minus delta n minus 1 convolution delta n minus 1 delta n minus 2. So delay will be added and 1 impulse will not be present in the answer. So this is how we convert impulse with impulse. So correct answer is option A, delta n minus delta n minus 2. Okay, next question. Again it is a 2 mark question. Read the question. A discrete time linear shift invariant system. A discrete time linear shift invariant system has an impulse response h of n with h of 0 equal to 1, h of 1 equal to minus 1, h of 2 equal to 2 and 0 otherwise. So what data is given? H of n is given. The system is given an input sequence x of n with x of 0 equal to x of 2 equal to 1 and 0 otherwise. So x of n is given, x of n is given, and what we have to determine the number of non-zero samples in the output sequence y of n. So how many samples will be there in y of n, and these are having some amplitudes non-zero, and the value of y of 2 respectively are. Okay, and also we have to tell the value of y of 2. Okay, so h of n is h of n given h of 0, h of 1, h of 2 and 0 otherwise. So h of n is given, you also try. So h of n is given as 1, minus 1, 2 and 0 otherwise. The system is given an input sequence, x of n is given. So what is x of n? X of 0 is 1, then 0 and then again 1. X of 0 equal to x of 2 equal to 1. That means 1, 0, 1 and 0 otherwise. Okay, so here is the arrow and here is the arrow. So x of n has 3 samples, h of n has 3 samples. So y of n will have, number of samples in y of n will be 3 plus 3 minus 1. That means 5. Number of samples in y of n will be 5. So out of these only we are left with two options. Option A, option D. Okay. And we have to determine the value of y of 2. Okay. Lower limit, here 0 lower limit, here lower limit is 0. So y of n will have lower limit 0. Y of n has lower limit 0 because x of n lower limit is 0, h of n lower limit is 0, lower limit plus lower limit. That means y of n has also a lower limit 0. Now write down the tabulation form 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Here 1 minus 1, 2. Then 1 into 1, 1, 1 into minus 1, minus 1, 1 into 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Multiplication 1 into 1, 1, 1 into minus 1, minus 1, 1 into 2, 2. Then split like this. So first value is nothing but y of 0. Second value is, this is y of 0. Second value is y of 1. And this value is y of 2. So what is y of 2? 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 means 3. The correct answer is option D. Y of 2 value is 3. Okay. So correct answer is option D. So very simple question. Okay, next one is little bit tough. In 2012 for 2 marks, let y of n denote the convolution of h of n and g of n. So they have given that y of n denotes the convolution of, in the question statement they have written y of n is nothing but h of n convolution g of n. And h of n value is given, h of n equal to 1 by 2 raised to power n u of n. G of n is a causal sequence. That means it is also starting from 0. Causal means the signal starts from 0 onward. And they have also provided y of 0 value. So your g of n, the g of n is a causal sequence. The sequence is not provided, no problem. And they have provided some values of output. Y of n output values are provided. Y of 0 is 1 and y of 1 is 1 by 2. Okay, these two values are provided. After that it can have some values, but that values are not provided. And we just have to determine g of 1. That means suppose g of n as a, b, c are the amplitudes. So we have to determine the value of b because we have to determine the value of b because the first sample is n equal to 0. First sample will be n equal to 0. And we have to determine g of 1, that means we have to determine value of b. Okay. Now can you write h of n sequence at least for small duration? So substitute n equal to 0. So it will be 1 by 2 raised to power 0. U of n is amplitude 1. 1 by 2 raised to power 0. Any number raised to power 0 is 1. So here students make the mistake. They write 1 by 2 raised to power 0 as 1 by 2. No, 1 by 2 raised to power 0 is 1. Any number raised to power 0 is 1. Then n equal to 1, that means 1 by 2 raised to power 1, 1 by 2. Then n equal to 2, that means 1 by 2 raised to power 2, 1 by 4. U of n is amplitude 1. No issue. Like this, h of n sequence will be there. This is the sequence for h of n. Okay. So some values are provided and we just have to determine the value of b. So easy problem now. Options are there. Okay, options are 0, 1 by 2, 1, 3 by 2. So what is your answer? Y of n is the convolution of h of n, g of n. So we have to follow some reverse engineering now. I will just write here g of n amplitudes. What are the g of n amplitudes? A, B, C. It can be any other than that also, no problem. Then h of n amplitudes 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Actually, we need not have to calculate all the values. We are just interested in the value. What is the value of g of 1? And output values are given 1, 1 by 2. Okay. So first of all, by tabulation method, multiplication will be a into 1 a into 1 by 2 is a by 2, a into 1 by 4 is a by 4. B into 1 b into 1 by 2 b by 2, b into 1 by 4 b by 4. C into 1 C into 1 by 2 C by 2, C into 2 1 by 4 C by 4. So first value is nothing but y of 0. So y of 0 equal to A, and y of 0 value is provided in the question. Y of 0 value is 1. So it is nothing but 1. So A value we got as 1. Now next, what is the answer? What is value of g of 1? What is value of b? So here we should split like this. This is nothing but y of 1. So y of 1 is b plus a by 2. B plus a by 2. And they have provided the value of y of 1 also. What is the value of y of 1? 1 by 2. Value of y of 1 is 1 by 2. So equal to 1 by 2. A value is 1. So that will go to that side. So 1 by 2 cancel out. So b value is 0. So g of 1 value is, so your g of n sequence is 1 comma 0, right? Comma some values will be there. But we are interested in the value of g of 1. This is nothing but g of 1. G of 1 value is 0. The correct answer is option A. A is the correct answer. Once again, I will repeat. Y of n denotes convolution h of n and g of n, where h of n is given. So you can write the sequence for h of n. Put n equal to 0, because u of n is present from 0 to infinity. Na? So put n equal to 0. So this becomes 1 by 2 raised to power 0. That means 1. Then 1 by 2 raised to power 1 means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 raised to power 2 means 1 by 4. So we got some values of h of n sequence. Now, g of n is a causal sequence. That means g of n will start from 0 onward. Then they have provided some values of output. Y of 0 is 1, y of 1 is 1 by 2. Okay. So I have assumed some values of g of n. So in such questions, you should assume some values of g of n and use the tabulation, because y of n is the convolution of h of n, g of n. So you must write the amplitudes of y of g of n here, and you must write the amplitudes of h of n here and solve that convolution. First term will be y of 0, second term will be y of 1, like that, and then solve the mathematical equation. You will get the value of b. That means you will get the value of g of 1, and that answer is option D. Option A. 0 is the answer. Okay, one more electrical GATE 2010 2-mark question. Given finite length input x of n. Okay, x of n is given 1 comma minus 1, and corresponding finite length output y of n LTI system. So y of n is also provided, and what we have to determine the impulse response h of n of the system is. So h of n equal to question mark. GATE questions will not be straightforward. GATE question will always have some twist. Okay, x of n is provided, y of n is provided, and we have to determine h of n. So what you can do, you can take, you know that y of n is the x of n convolution h of n. What you can do, as 4 options are available, solve all 4 option convolution and see which option will give you y of n. That is one method. Okay. Alternate method can be, you can see that x of n has 2 samples, h of n has 5 samples. So 5 equal to a plus b minus 1. So b will be 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 will come to this side. So 4. So b h of n will have 4 samples. So 4 samples options are option A and option C. So these two options are eliminated because h of n will have 4 samples. So you can check option A and C and try to get the answer. Again, I can see some zeros are there in the answer. So definitely I'm thinking that my answer is option A. But never do guessing in GATE examination. Go for the actual calculation, accurate calculation. If you go for the guessing, your answer will be wrong. Never go for the guessing. Okay. So we will check option A first. Option A. X of n is 1 minus 1. H of n is 1, 0, 0, 1. So it will be 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1. Minus 1 into 1, minus 1, 0, minus 1 into 0, 0, minus 1 into 1, minus 1. So now split. So you are getting y of n as 1, comma minus 1 plus 0 means minus 1, 0 plus 0 means 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and minus 1. Okay, so option A is incorrect because we are getting 1 minus 1 0 1 minus 1. Here 1 0 0 0 minus 1. So option A is eliminated. Now let's check for option C. Let's check for option C. So x of n is 1 minus 1. H of n is 1 1. According to option C, h of n is 1 1 1 1. Now multiply 1 into 1 1 1 into 1 1 1 into 1 1 1 into 1 1. Then minus 1 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Split. So never do the guessing. You will say that h of n has some zeros, output also some zeros. So answer is A. No. You should check for the actual calculation. So this is nothing but y of 0. So y of 0 is 1. Then minus 1 plus 1, 0. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. And minus. Now y of n is 1 0 0 minus 1 1 0 0 minus 1. Okay, so correct answer is option C. You can check for option B and option D also if you have time. Definitely option B and option D will not match. So correct answer is option C. Next question, 2017 2-mark question. Two discrete time signals x of n and h of n are both non-zero only for n equal to 0 1 2. That means these are having 3 samples, 0 1 2. 0 and 1 2. These are the 3 values of n for which x of n has samples. And h of n equal to same, it is non-zero for n equal to 0 1 2 3. N equal to 0 1 2. So here h of n will be there. And 0 and are 0 otherwise. Other than these, they are 0. Okay, what are the values of x of 0? 1, 2, 1. So you can write the amplitudes of x of n given 1, 2, 1. And they have only provided the value of h of 0. So only h of 0 is 1. Okay. Next part of the question is, so now as values are not provided, I can assume A, B. Let y of n be the linear convolution of x of n and h of n, right? It is always true. Y of n is convolution of x of n, h of n, no problem. And they have given some values of output, y of 1 and y of 1 equal to 3 and y of 2 equal to 4. Okay, these two values are provided. Then the value of expression, tan y of 3 plus y of 4 is. Okay, these values we have to determine. You also try. It is a numerical answer type question. No negative marking. 2-mark question. Take your time. For h of n, as some values are unknown and y of n complete sequence is also not provided, so we must assume some h of n values a, b. Okay, try by tabulation method. X of n values 1 to 1, h of n values 1 ab. Perform multiplication. 1 into 1 1, 1 into a 1 into b b, 2 into 1 2, 2 into a 2a, 2 into b 2b, 1 into 1 1, 1 into a 1 into b b. Now do the splitting. I am solving little bit slower so that you should get some answer. Okay, so what equation you will get? Here x of n is 0 1 2, that means first value is n equal to 0, n equal to 0. H of n is also same, na? Two discrete time signal x of n and h of n both are non-zero only for n equal to 0 1 2. That means n equal to 0, n equal to 0, these sequence are starting. So lower limit is 0 plus 0, so y has lower limit. Y has lower limit. Lower limit of y of n is lower limit of x of n plus lower limit of h of n, that means 0 plus 0 0. So first value will be y of 0. First value will be y of 0. Y of 0 is 1. Okay. Then second next value will be y of 1. So y of 1 is 2 plus a. 2 plus a, and its value is given in the question. What is value of y of 1? 3. So a value is 1. A equal to 1. Similarly, next value will be y of 2. Y of 2 is 1 plus 2a plus b. Numerical answer type question is there, 1 plus 2a plus b. What we have to determine? We have to determine 10x of 3 plus y of 4. 1 plus 2a plus b, that is nothing but y of 2, that is given as 4. A value we have already determined from y of 1. A is 1. Substitute here 1 plus 2 plus b. 1 plus 2 into 1 plus b, that means b value is 1 plus 2 is 3, so b value is also 1. Okay. Now next value will be y of 2. Next value will be y of 2. Sir, y of 0 here, y of 1 here, y of 0 here, y of 1 here, this is y of 2. Next value will be y of 3. So y of 3 is nothing but a plus 2b. A is 1, b is 1, so a plus 2b. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 3. And y of 4 is simply b. Y of 4 is b. Okay. I hope you are also solving it simultaneously. Answer. No, y of 4 is b. B means 1. Y of 4 is 1. Okay. What is the question? 10 y of 3 plus y of 4. So that means 10. Before the signal 10 is written, so it is a constant amplitude. 10 into y of 3 is nothing but 3 plus y of 4 is 1. So 30 plus 1, 31. So answer for this question is 31. Answer for this question is 31. I hope you got the answer as 31. Okay, next question. If you get stuck, then leave that. You can solve it afterwards or you can watch the video afterwards. Now focus on the next question. Two sequence x1n and x2n have same energy. They have same energy. Okay, no issue. They have same energy. Suppose x of n is alpha 0.5 raised to n u of n, where alpha is positive real number. Okay, and u of n is the unit step sequence. No problem. x1n is given. Assume x2n equal to under root 1 by 1.5 for n equal to 0, 1. That means what is x2n? For n equal to 0, 1. That means under root 1.5 comma under root 1.5 and 0 otherwise. So this is nothing but your x2n, arrow over here. Okay. Now x1n is alpha 0.5 raised to n u of n. Okay. And both are having the same energy. We have to determine the value of alpha. We have to determine the value of alpha. Now, energy of x2n. Energy of x2n. So whenever sequence is given, you can simply take the square of that amplitude, you will get the energy. Or if you want to use the energy formula, n equal to minus infinity to infinity mod of x of n square. But our x2n is present from 0 to 1. So change the summation limit. Summation n equal to 0 to 1. What is mod of x2n square? So expand the summation n equal to 0. That means x2 of 0 square plus x2 of 1 square. What is the energy of x2n? So under root 1.5 square plus under root 1.5 square, that means 1.5 plus 1.5. The energy of x2n is 3. Now x of n, x1n is alpha 0.5 raised to n u of n. Now what will be its energy? What will be its energy? So energy equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity mod of x1n square. This is the energy formula. Okay, equal to u of n. U of n is present from 0 to infinity. So n equal to 0 to infinity. Alpha 0.5 raised to n and its square. U of n is amplitude 1. Any number into 1, 1. So as summation is with respect to n, so alpha is a constant. So alpha square I can take outside and I have this summation n equal to 0 to infinity. 0.5 square, that means 0.25 raised to n. So what is summation n equal to 0 to infinity a raised to n? 1 upon 1 minus a. This becomes alpha square into 1 upon 1 minus 0.5, 0.25. 1 upon 1 minus a. Use this summation formula. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity a raised to n is 1 upon 1 minus a. If that number is less than 1, here it is 0.25, it is less than 1. So I can use this formula, summation formula. Okay, so I got the energy of x1n. In the question what they have given, you have to find out the value of alpha, and they have given that the sequence have same energy. So x1n energy is alpha square upon 1 upon 1 minus 0.25 and x2n energy is 3. Equate these two equations, get the value of alpha. It is a numerical answer type question. What is value of alpha? What is value of alpha? Equate alpha square divided by 1 minus 0.25 is 0.75 equal to, equate his x2n energy. X2n energy is 3. Solve this equation. Alpha square equal to 3 into 0.75, that means 2.25 under root 2.25. Under root 2.25. 15 square is 225. So alpha is plus minus 1.5. But it is a numerical answer type question. Either 1.5 will come or minus 1.5 will come. So now focus on the question. Focus on the question. They must have mentioned some condition. Alpha is positive or negative. Where alpha is a positive real number. So definitely answer is 1.5. If you write minus 1.5 or if you get confused, then you will not get any mark. So alpha is 1.5.